when people don't take the chance, they regret it.
Well, and there were 4 types of regrets that you wrote about in the book. There were 2 that I want to dig into. I want to mention all 4. There's 2 I want to dig into because they're so connected to this idea of living this unmuted life. But there were 4. So tell us about that. Tell us about those 4 different regrets that you found.
Okay, here's what I did. I set up something called the World Regret Survey, where I invited people around the world to submit a big regret. People responded in very large numbers. Right now, we have a database of over 24,000 regrets from people in 109 countries. And one of the things that I did was, and in a very painstaking way, was I didn't read through all 24,000 regrets, but I did read through the first 15,000 of them. And what I found is that when you look at what do people regret, the traditional categories that we use were a little bit off. We often say, this is a career regret. This is a romance regret. This is a finance regret. And what I found is that something more interesting was going on beneath the surface. That around the world, people seem to have the same 4 core regrets. One of them are what I call foundation regrets. Foundation regrets are small decisions or indecisions that you make early in life that accumulate to negative consequences later in life. I spent too much and saved too little. That's a big one. I didn't exercise or eat right, and now I'm 45 years old and profoundly unhealthy. So those are sort of things that rock your stability. Another one are moral regrets, a small category, but very deeply felt. I basically had a choice in my life to take the high road or the low road, and I took the low road, and now I regret it. I cheated on my spouse. I bullied people. I did something else that violated my own moral code. Third category, connection regrets. Connection regrets, and here we're sort of edging into some of the ones that I think are connected more to unmuting. Connection regrets are about relationships, not only romantic relationships, but the full spectrum of relationships in our lives. And what happens is you see it a lot in friendships. So, you have a friend and you haven't talked to them for a while, and you say, I really should reach out to Barney. And you say, well, it's been like 6 years. So that's going to be really awkward if I reach out. And besides, he's not going to care. So you don't. And then you wait another couple of years, and now it's 8 years, and it feels more awkward, and you think he's going to care even less. And sometimes it's too late, and people really regret not reaching out. So that's the connection regrets. And the final one, which I think is most on point for unmuting, is boldness regrets. Almost all of our regrets begin at a juncture in our life. We look backward, and we're at a juncture. And at this juncture, for these kinds of regrets, these boldness regrets, you can play it safe, or you can take the chance. You can play it safe, or you can take the chance.